everyone, thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel. I'm Katie Bertrand. Really glad that you're here. Today we're going to be making this cute little Valentine candy bag. Very simple. You can do this on the embroidery machine, or you can even do it on your sewing machine. So I will tell you, I did this on the embroidery machine. I used this cute little decorative motif. I'll have the little heart design available for download on my website at socutebykatie.com. So the supplies you're going to need one felt craft square. You can get that at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart. They're usually like $4 for $1, pretty inexpensive. You will need clear vinyl, a little piece of clear vinyl. My opening for this heart, I cut my vinyl about just a little under 4x4. The heart is maybe 3.5, so it's just a little bit bigger, so you don't need a whole lot. So if you are using your embroidery machine, it does fit into the 4x4 hoop. If you're just going to be using your sewing machine, I do have stabilizer for the embroidery part, but if you don't, stabilizer would probably a tearaway stabilizer. Might be helpful to sew on the vinyl, because sometimes, unless you have a leather foot, sometimes it won't slide. So you might either need to use like a leather foot where it's slides a little better. So it just depends on your machine. So this particular one, how I did this is a reverse applique. So how I did this is I hooped my tearaway, then I hooped the clear vinyl, and then I had the felt on top. So it's all sandwiched together, and then I embroidered the design. And you'll want to do that if you're just sewing it as well. So if you are just sewing on the design, you're going to want to take your felt and use like a craft pen or some chalk and draw your heart. Then layer your vinyl and then your stabilizer if you need it to be able to sew smoothly, so it'll slide under the machine. And then you'll just do a straight stitch. Just do a straight stitch. If you want to use one of your decorative stitches on your machine, that's probably great. And then you'll just stitch out the outline. So since it's a reverse applique, what we are going to be doing, these are my favorite applique scissors. These are double curved. This brand, I have two. These are Ginger, and I have a link to those in the comments below as well, where you can find those. But what you're going to do is you are going to just gently put the point of the scissors into the felt. Don't get the vinyl, just the felt, and we're going to cut right up against the stitching. Just be careful not to cut the stitching. Just kind of sticking that in there. But as you can see, I've just got it right in there. So I'm going to cut the inside of the heart right against the stitching. So you can even save that heart for some other little project. But there is that. Now my stabilizer is a tearaway, so I'm just going to rip it off. Get rid of that. I'm going to use the point of my scissors again just to kind of gently pull up what's under it, to peel it off of the vinyl, because we want it to be see-through to make a window. So I just ripped that out. So now you can see you have your opening. So now what you'll do is close it like a book, right sides together, like this. And we are going to stitch across the bottom, put your needle down, turn, and then come up and stitch the side. So let's go ahead and do that. Do a little reverse. I'm going to hit my button so my needle will stay down on the fabric. I'm going to get close to my corner, leaving about a ½ inch, needle down, and I'm going to turn the material. Oh, I've run out of bobbin. Hold on. It never fails. Every time I do a video. I think I got it, and I actually had two colors on there. So I had red and another color underneath it, so it wasn't as full as I thought. Let's try that again. I'm going to be stitching this. Leave it about half an inch away. Leave the needle down, raise my presser foot, and then swing it around. And then I'm going to stitch up the side here. Now, if you want, put my threads. On this one, I trimmed the top of it and just kind of made like a little wavy edge. If you have pinking shears and you'd like to use pinking shears to give it that little jagged edge, it's just to make it decorative. You don't have to do this. Maybe I won't do it on this one, and then maybe I've got my pinking shears are at home. I don't have them here. Okay, so we're not going to do it on this one. So we'll have one with a wavy edge and one without it. So you're going to turn this inside out, or right side out. Okay. Put my hand in there to push out the corners. I am using my scissors. Be careful if you're using scissors. They do actually have a tool, a point turner. I use the end of my scissors. Okay, so I've got that pointed out. So there is that. So the next thing that I did was I just cut, since felt does not fray, I just cut some little slits in here so I could weave the ribbon through it. Open that up. So we need 6. Let's see here. So I kind of just eyeballed that I wanted to tie, you know, so it had a little bit. So, you know, let's measure that. This is my other favorite tool, my hem gauge. So about 2 inches down, so that you've got a little bit at the top. So you need to make 6 slits. Actually, these scissors come in handy because they're very sharp, very pointy. You'll want to cut the slit just depending on how wide your ribbon is. And then I'm putting 3 on the back. And I'm just got the little scissors right in the material, just cutting a little slit. Now, I had some cute decorative ribbon left over, just enough, but it was some cute Valentine ribbon. So I just have this little spool of ribbon. These are very inexpensive. So I'm going to start in the front, and it might be easier. I'm going to put a safety pin because that makes it just a little bit easier to grab. So I'm going to put a safety pin on the end right here. And then that way I can weave it through and grab it. So starting on the front, I'm starting from the outside going in, and then I'll pop out on the back, and then I'll go in the next hole and out. So it's weaving it right through there. Just want to make sure that on the front we end up with them both on the outside. So we have it weaved right through there. And this felt, you know, the felt's not going to fray. I'm going to cut this nice and long so I can tie it. I'm going to take my ends. I'm just going to cut them at an angle. So then we have the point. Pull that. And now all I need to do is put my candy inside. Draw it up. Tie my little bow. And our cute little Valentine candy bag is complete. Let me tie this one so you can see but it's just a fun little project. Of course, my phone's ringing. Well, I didn't tie it that very good. See if I can get that better. Trying to twist it so you can read the text on the ribbon, but to make it pretty later. So there's the one with the candy and the one we just made. But do you see how quick and simple that was? Now if you are using the embroidery machine, you know, that does take a little bit of extra time, but not too much. It was on the embroidery machine in like 4 minutes. But you can definitely sew this on the sewing machine. But again, you'll just need to get some chalk. You'll need to draw your heart, and then just stitch right where your chalk line is. And then you'll cut out the felt, and then you've got that clear window, and you can put candy or, you know, whatever you want to put in there. And you can make this any size. So if you were doing this on the sewing machine, you could make this bigger. So if you had a larger object you wanted to make a little window for, or if you want to make this for different occasions, I mean, you can certainly just draw a circle or a square or whatever you want if you want to make a little, just a fun little window pouch. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, and that way you'll get notified when our next videos are. Be sure to check out our website, So Cute by Katie, and visit us on social media. Have a great day.